Summertime. It must be the summertime because Buddy's got a very light beer. It's a lager, in fact. Welcome to another edition of The Ghost and the Goat. For a second, I thought I was doing the beer show because I have a nice cold beer in my hands. The Ghost and the Goat. I'm happy to be your host, paranormal investigator, beer extraordinaire. Buddy's there. Welcoming you to join me, take me by the hands as we skip into a field, the many fields of the paranormal tonight. Very special show, very special guest rejoining us this evening. She's going to essentially do her own thing. You guys are going to sit and see the splendor of a medium. You're going to see the mediumship here on the show. If you haven't seen her yet, she's been with us many times, and we will be happy to have her join us in just a few minutes. Before we do, as always, oh my God, I'm going to drown my sorrows in sports for a little bit. I'm drinking this. I discovered this beer while I was in Gettysburg. Yes, Gettysburg, over Memorial Day weekend. Fourscore Beer Company. If you're in Gettysburg for the ghosts, oh my God. If you're in Gettysburg for the history, oh my God, good for you. Stop on down to Fourscore Beer Company and tell them, grab the 1863. Guys, grab this one. Gettysburg. Abraham Lincoln's right up. How could that be wrong? Abraham Lincoln was a great man. He was a great president. He freed the slaves. He led this country through the Civil War. And now how his face is on a can of beer. How could I not just pick it over that? I don't know. It's a really great beer. They have a ton more beers on draft there. This is not a beer show, but I'm just throwing that out there, fishing that out to you guys. Really good guys down there at Fourscore Beer Company. Reason to drink beers. Let me get into sports really quick. Here in the Boston region, we've been experiencing FIFA hockey. So the Tartan Army has been bathing in the Providence River. Not something I recommend to anybody. They have been like spitting water out their mouth. They've been having parades all over Providence, all over Boston. They went up to Boston and they drank Sam Adams under the table and drank him out of beers. So they've been having a really great time here. I think they're like 1-1. I don't follow soccer. They're having 7 games down there at Gillette Stadium where the awful Patriots play. I don't really know what's going on. I hear the U.S. is doing well. I'm sorry I don't have more soccer to bring you. I'm not usually a soccer guy. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. But if another reason, if you live in Boston, you might be paying attention to sporting news, is the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics were the leading contenders in a trade for Giannis from Milwaukee, the Bucks, if you will. But after missing out on Giannis, there are plenty of questions surrounding the Boston Celtics. So they were going to this is especially the case when it comes to Jaylen Brown's future. Jaylen Brown, superstar, MVP of the playoffs, MVP of the championships a few years ago. It's going to cause a domino effect. We're going to take Jaylen Brown and 2 unprotected first-round picks, and then we're going to shoot it over to Milwaukee, and Milwaukee was going to shoot back Giannis and maybe someone else, but Boston was the last finalist who lost out. Giannis went to Miami, which sucks because it's another conference rival division jerks. They wanted Giannis in Boston, but now they have to deal with the fallout of, hey, we wanted to trade you, Jaylen, but now we're going to keep you instead, and you can still play for us, or we might trade you. So what the future holds for Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics is still kind of up in the air. It's got to be kind of awkward to bring him back, though, after shopping around this season. While Giannis is a generational player and someone who could have elevated the team's championship ceiling, and pairing the future Hall of Fame with Jason Tatum, who is coming back from yet another injury prone season, would be great because it'd be someone else to, like, I don't know. Jaylen Brown's great, though. He carried the team for most of the season. There's been a lot of hard offers from other teams looking for my buddy D-Dubs, Derek White. Boston's not hearing any of that, apparently. So, I don't know. Maybe they'll roll with the same team. Maybe Jaylen Brown will be like, screw you guys. I want out of here anyway. Maybe Tatum will not come back from injury. I don't know. Maybe the whole team will fall apart. Like another team I know, the Boston Red Sox. My beloved Red Sox. Guys, we have 96 games left. Let me just stop by saying that. It is more abysmal this year than it has been for many seasons as a Boston Red Sox fan. Things I thought were really bad when Crochet was out. They're like, hey, his injury's a lot worse than we thought it was. He's probably not going to come back till August. Meanwhile, we continue to get a win here or there. But for the most part, we win about 20% of our games week to week, which, unlike averages, kind of sucks. So let me just share with you, if you didn't, as a Red Sox fan, if you didn't think we were in the shitter as much as we were, if anything, last night's game against the worst team in baseball, the Colorado Rockies, we were up ahead. We were ahead 2-0. We had our closer, Aroldis Chapman, at the plate, at the mound. They load the bases. Let me show you what happens next. Load the bases. Here we go. Is there a sound, buddy? I don't think there needs to be sound because this is awful.
Keep a hit streak alive, too. That'd be a great thing.
And it goes right in the hole. Now, what's this? What's this brilliant play? Oh, there you go. Yep, all right, there you go, Jaron. Drop it. Oh, there it is again. That elusive freaking baseball. And they score the walk-off 3 runs. Why doesn't... What? I don't understand what that was about. You know what that was about, boys and girls? That was the oh, my God, there's still 96 games left of the season. But he needs another beer because the Red Sox are playing absolutely terrible. I see no hope to this season. Fire the whole fucking team next season. Excuse my French. And it's just not. It's not a good start. We're not even at the halfway point. We're at where are we at? We're not even at the All-Star break yet. I don't know. One of my guests this evening that's going to be on, he is a Yankees fan who, unfortunately, the Yankees are playing as good as the Red Sox are playing bad, I think. The Yankees are ahead right now. The Tigers 4-2. They're going to win tonight's game. They're going to win every game. They're just ranking the Tampa. They're just dominating the AL East. They're dominating baseball right now. It's sad. It's depressing. Jefferson hands out unexpected LBA. Oh, that's wonderful. The Red Sox are not. They're not on the. Let me see what the standings are. We'll talk about the standings for a little bit. New York Yankees lead the American League East with Jesus Christmas, 46 wins, 31 losses. Well, that's not too bad. The Red Sox, we are 14 and a half games back on the New York Yankees. The Chicago White Sox, who were one of the worst teams in baseball a few years ago, traded out all their talent and got a whole bunch of other talent. Now they're tied for first with the Guardians, and they have a 40-37 record, so a little bit worse than the Yankees, but not as bad. They're tied with the Cleveland Guardians, formerly known as the Cleveland Indians, 41-38. 38-42. Minnesota's not too far behind. And then after that, the Tigers are 60. Yeah, it's the Mariners are dominating the West with 40-39, so they're a little bit worse than the Yankees, but they're still a good team. The A's, all these teams are doing great. The Angels are at 32 wins. So I think the Red Sox are they the worst team in baseball? They are tied for the worst team in baseball record right now with 31 and 31 and 45, tied with the Colorado Rockies, who they will be playing this evening. I just hope it's not as embarrassing as it was. I don't know. I just when you think it can't get any worse, here come the Boston Red Sox. I don't know. We just suck this year. So I don't know. I hope things turn around for the Red Sox. The NFL season is only a short 2.5 months away, and I never really have anything to look forward to about the NFL except talking shit about the Patriots. And I really have no leg to stand on because they made it to the Super Bowl last year. So I don't know. Time will tell as far as that's concerned. Speaking of time, The time is 8:20 now. My guest is here. Joining me this evening, she's been on the show many times. She's wowed and blown people's minds, and she's back. Hopefully, to do the same. I'm going to say she's going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go out on a limb. She's a psychic medium. She's a very talented woman. I've had many amazing opportunities to delve into mediumship with her here on the show and to experience her mediumship skills out there in the community, in the haunted community, that is. It is quite fascinating. Joining me live tonight, she's a tarot practitioner. I'm a tarot card reader, Reiki practitioner, and psychic medium. Please welcome back to the show, Kristina Marie. How you doing, Kristina? Oh, shit, I can't hear you, honey. Oh, you're muted, that's why. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Beautiful.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm a little tired. Had a long weekend, you know.
Yeah.
I popped up at Pride in Providence.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
How was that with the Totans? Was it a good balance? The Tottenham, the whole Scottish.
You know, I didn't even see any of them while I was
really?
there. I was so I was so disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I was really looking forward to some of them kind of like coming through, but I don't know. I also didn't notice a lot of people in general. I was just so busy.
Was it a parade? It was a parade in Providence, and it was a festival.
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
I did Pride.
Yeah.
I did Rhode Island Pride Fest, and I started with the festival, and I didn't stick around for the parade at night. I was too tired. I did a buttload of readings and Reiki. A lot of fun though.
It drains you, I imagine. Putting out all this energy into the world. So for our guests who have, or for our viewers who haven't seen your talent yet, can you explain tarot reading? Just explain it. How is it connected to the spirit world, so to say?
Yeah, so tarot is just a tool, right? It's just a tool to help you do your job, just like a hammer is to a carpenter. You know what I mean? But every reader has their own different ways of tapping into your energy and getting the answers. You know, I use both the imagery on the cards plus what the cards mean. I also connect directly with spirits, so they actually help me guide me through and give me answers and information along the way as well. And I also read the person themselves. You know what I mean? I feel what they're feeling. I tap into their energy, and it's all intuitive. Just whatever comes through, comes through. And I just kind of just let it come. I just let it flow. There's no filter. You'll find I cuss a lot when I read because I'm not thinking. I don't think before I speak. It's just coming right out, you know?
Okay.
And yeah, so
they use you as a medium of communication is what you're saying.
Yeah, basically, you know, and tarot is just a tool to help me visual. I'm a very visual person, so the imagery on the cards and things like that help me see the bigger picture. So
now today, in the last couple hours or so before the show, how do you prepare yourself before you read, before you tap into this spirit world?
Well, I mean, it really depends on, I guess, the type of reading or the type of session I'm preparing for. You know what I mean? Like if I know I'm connecting with more than one person in a row, like for example, Pride, where I did it for 7 hours straight.
Holy shit.
You know? Yeah. That's like, you know, a whole day and a half of mental preparation, taking some cleansing showers, you know, meditations and things like that. And then it's not so much preparation as it is aftercare, to be completely honest with you, because we're not really meant to be channeling for 7 hours straight like that. You know what I mean? That sucks the life out of anybody doing something like that, no matter how much you prepare. So it's more or less coming home, cleansing, showering, rest, hydration, because it's literally like a hangover. I feel like I have a hangover.
Funny, as you say that, I've had investigated for 20 years now, and a lot of people I've investigated, myself included, feel that drain, call it a paranormal hangover, because you feel that drain the whole next day. I mean, I get it. We're up late, drinking coffee, but you know, we're excited, you know, but I don't know if it has to do with the lack of sleep, but with you, it doesn't. It's that drain of energy. You just feel like you get sucked dry. So I can kind of relate to that, but just not probably on the same level as you can.
Right.
Another question: when you're doing a reading for somebody, is it one voice? Is it 10,000 voices coming through? Is it everybody trying to scream to get you to hear? Like, hey, listen to me, listen to me. How does it? How does that
It
work?
sometimes, sometimes not.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's pretty quiet, and it's just like sometimes it's just a spirit guide coming through and being like, okay, this is what we're going to talk about regarding their path, and it's very simple.
Hmm.
Sometimes you got a whole flock of people. I mean, everybody has a flock of people. I call them their spiritual entourage, but not everybody wants to talk during a reading. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Not everybody has something to say, you know?
Of
And
course.
I always tell people who sit down with me, yes, I do connect with spirit, but I don't go asking for nobody. Whoever wants to come through will come through, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
make it known.
Okay, fair enough.
And
Total disclosure. Okay, please continue. Please
no,
continue.
yeah. And so, like, sometimes they'll come through, and then, yeah, sometimes there is like a lot of different people, and you'll see me get flustered and like tell them, whoa, one at a time. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
have no shame in my game talking to dead people like they're really here. You know what I
Right.
mean? In the middle of a reading, because you
You
got to
know.
set the
Right.
boundaries.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. That's good to have good boundaries. Um,
Hmm.
there was something else. Oh, so you get your deck. You're ready to shuffle. How do you
Yeah.
know how many times you got to shuffle? Who tells you to stop? Does spirit tell you to stop?
Again, it depends. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like sometimes I will intentionally want to pull a certain amount of cards. But then if I'm just giving a reading to people, I shuffle until I feel it's right, until
Mm-hmm.
something in me says, okay, we're good. You don't need to shuffle anymore. Sometimes, when I do it this way, the cards pop out. It's the same thing. I just keep going until I have enough cards to get a message. And then if I feel like I need to keep going, it's just all
Mm-hmm.
intuitive.
Okay, that's fair. All right. One quick question before we get started. Any predictions that you can give me or insight into how the Red Sox are going to do for the rest of the season?
I don't do sports.
That's fair. That's fair. They're gonna suck. You don't need a medium. They're just gonna suck.
Mm,
Joining us this evening. Before I get started, total disclosure. The two guests that are coming on tonight, Kristina has no idea who they are. I didn't tell her ahead of time. I actually told her tonight a few hours before the show that, hey, by the way, we're doing a few readings tonight. I have a few people for you. They're people that I know. I'm just popping them on here. 10, 15 minutes, and then give them a few minutes to talk to you, and then we'll switch. There's only two people. We'll switch to the next
okay,
person. Okay. Joining us this
sounds
evening
good.
first, Lisa. Welcome to the show, Lisa.
Hi.
Ladies,
Hello.
well,
Hello. All right. So, Lisa, have you ever had a tarot reading done before?
One time on this show.
was it with
Okay.
Kristina or was it with somebody else?
I honestly don't remember. It might have
Mm-hmm.
been with somebody else. I
Okay,
don't know if I've
I've
ever
had a
done
lot
it
of
with
mediums on.
Kristina.
Go on. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. And forgive me if it was with me. I don't remember for the life of me. I give so many readings. I have people come up to me all the time. Do you remember me? And they're so excited because clearly I made an impact, and I feel so bad because no, I don't. I really wish I do. But it's like I come out with so much stuff, but once it's out, it's gone. And I don't
Yeah.
remember it for the life of me. And
Yeah.
oh, it's so crazy. All right. Typically, I would give people the option if they wanted to talk about something specific or if we're going to just do what Spirit wants to do. But we're going to just do what Spirit wants to do. I hope you're all right with that. I
Sure.
think that just might be a little bit easier
Hmm.
tonight. I have a brand new deck I've been using over the last few months, and I love it.
Hmm.
It makes me so happy.
What
It's
kind of
got so
deck is
many
it? Is
pretty
it?
colors. It's based off of your traditional Rider Waite, so it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna have all the same normal cards that you would normally see.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's just got a lot of pretty colors, and it's gilded on the side, so it's a pain in the butt sometimes with the shuffle. Okay, okay. Magician reverse, Page of Pentacles reverse. Thank you. Knight of Pentacles. So I'm going to show you the card. All right. This is our magician. Our magician is somebody who can make anything happen. Okay. They have all the tools. Spirit has lined them all right up to be able to manifest or make anything happen that they want. They just got to actually go get it. This came out in the reverse. And I'm feeling kind of blocked in this area. It's almost like we really want to make something happen. But every time we try, there's a block. There's just something stopping. Okay. And then we have this Page of Pentacles here. And he's also come out upside down in the reverse, right? And our Page of Pentacles is that furious explorer, right? I want to go on this New Jersey and out New Jersey. Wow, new journey. I don't know why I said New Jersey. New journey, but again, in the reverse, there's this block. There's this something stopping us. But then we have our Knight of Pentacles come up, which is a little bit different. It's almost contradictory in a sense, right? Because our Knight of Pentacles, not really that they're moving, but they are heading in the right direction. They're taking their sweet time. They're making sure they're meticulously planning and making sure that they follow step by step that map. Okay.
Okay.
And what's really confusing me is this contradictory, stuck feeling of the things that I want to do versus the very slow moving pace of towards the things that I don't even know if this is what you want to do. I think we're actually moving towards something different while wishing we could be doing something else. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. That's why I have this contradictory back and forth feeling. But and when it comes to these two things, this is a matter of belief, right? You are capable of being able to go in that direction and make these things happen and not just daydream about that sunflower, but actually grow it. You know what I mean? And actually make it happen. And all that careful planning and that meticulous, detail that you put into everything else, you can be putting into this area. I'm not sure if it's fear. Maybe that's what it is. Fear. Just they're afraid of failing. So why try? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the why try, we have our Page of Cups as our bottom of the deck energy. Why not try? Our Page of Cups is also curious, but very intuitive, okay, and very creative. And that's like the energy that spirit is trying to get you to embody right now. Like, be excited to explore, be excited to try these new things. You don't have to change too much about yourself or about the path you're already on in order to also do these other things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, let me see what else we got. Yeah, it is the fear. Fool in the reverse. Ten of Swords, Ace of Wands in the reverse. Oh, hold on. I dropped it. All right. So, yeah, we got that Ten of Pentacles. That's a good card. Oh, and our Wheel of Fortune is the bottom of the deck. Listen, Linda, listen. Okay. We're going to talk about this, right? We already talked about that fear, that stop, that pause, that want, that go. Look at our Fool. The whole tarot deck is the Fool's journey through life, okay? And it starts off with this Fool taking that leap of faith, just walking off that cliff, just doing it, okay? When we have that in the reverse, we're stopping our own self because it is fear. It is that fear of trusting in the unknown, right? And it's not necessarily failure. It is the unknown. It is the what if I do succeed? I have no idea how to live life as that person. You learn as you go. You know what I mean? Just like how you learn to get to be as who you are now, you're going to learn how to be that person. Does that make sense? So
Mhm.
there's like deep rooted fears, like childhood fears that are coming from this. And I'm saying this because we have that 10 of Swords in the reverse. And look at all of those arrows going through. That's a lot of painful endings, okay? That's a lot of drama. That's a lot of that's a lot, you know? And it's in the reverse. So this is all taking these steps in that direction is not only just going to be exciting and thrilling and like life, like, oh my God, it's going to be healing. Okay. Because you're going to be able to do all the things that people told you couldn't do. You know what I mean? You're going to do all the things that you told yourself you couldn't do because you had all those negative talkers in your life. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be able to say, see, look at me now, which is something that I feel like you really want to be able to say to certain people. You know what I mean? And like the only thing holding you back is you. We have that Ace of Wands, and we do have that in the reverse. And our Ace of Wands is that excited, new, passionate beginning that creates something, right? In this case, life, right? In this picture, they created such a beautiful tree with all the butterflies and all the pretty things. And it's from their deep rooted passion and excitement that they were able to do this. Okay. With it in the reverse, it's not that it's not being offered, because I feel like you feel like the opportunity is not necessarily there yet, but it is. I just think it's not presenting itself in the way that you were hoping it to, if that makes sense. Because our Ace of Wands is that go get it. Okay. The Ace of Wands is one of my personal favorite cards in the deck to get in a reading. Personally, honestly, because it is that card that represents so much drive, life, passion, and excitement in oneself and one's path. And when we have it leading to our 10 of Pentacles, which is, the end game, I mean, let's say this is money related. I'm not going to pretend like I do know that information because I don't, but let's say this is money related. This is all the savings, all the wealth you've built, the family, the dog, the White House, the picket fence, the everything, right? That traditional people would say that they want out of life. However that looks for you, this is what that card represents. It's that happy goal ending you've actually created, the built up of those tangible things. And then you have this Wheel of Fortune as your bottom of the deck, which is really exactly what it sounds like when it's in the upright. Good fortune, good luck. The universe saying, here you go. You don't really have to struggle so hard because everything is turning in your favor. All you have to do is move with the flow. Listen to your intuition, okay? Your body speaks to you. When it's saying, hey, why don't you go down this road on your way to work today? Just for shits and giggles. Just do it. Don't argue. Don't second guess it. Don't question it. You got the time. Take that left instead of taking that right. There might be a reason. You know what I mean? And maybe take that literally. I don't know, but I was using that as a metaphor. But the Wheel of Fortune is all about that wheel turning in your favor. So I understand the fear of not wanting to act towards these new adventures, especially since a lot of them probably really do excite your inner child, which then makes you feel a little some type of way. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times when we start appeasing our inner child as adults, you start feeling a little childish, if that makes sense. And then all those other feelings from childhood start to come on, and then you start hearing your parents' voice in your head about acting your age and all this stuff. This is where we need to decompress, deprogram, and just truly take a deep breath and let our inner child actually have some fun, because trusting your inner child right now is going to lead you down a path of not only self-exploration, but I really do feel like you're going to make some tangible stuff out of this. Okay, so you're going to be creating something from this. Say shoot for it, go for it, whatever it is.
Okay.
Do you have any questions
About that?
about Any of it? Anything we said? Anything else? Or just questions in general?
No, it makes I kind of know what you're talking about.
Okay.
You still have 2 minutes if you, Lisa, if you got anything else you want to talk about.
I wanted to know if if a spirit was coming through.
Right now, I don't have any particular individual coming through right now. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yes, I don't request. I do just let whoever wants to have something to say about something come through, especially on days like today. I forgive me. I am exhausted beyond all measure from the weekend that I've had, plus I worked all day, so I have sciatica. I'm in a lot of pain. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be forward. I'm not trying to channel people right now either. I'm just trying to give out some readings with Spirit Team today and some tarot. Sorry,
No,
buddy,
you're
but
fine.
I can only do what I can do. I wasn't expecting to give readings at all today.
Sorry.
I would have told you next week, knowing I had Pride this weekend and how burnt out I am already. So being honest.
No,
But
that's
Kristina
good.
is available. Kristina, where are you available? You have a website that you can throw out there, or are you on social media? Or
Yeah, my link tree is the best website to find me at because it has all of my links of all my social medias on it right now. Which would be the link tree / Kristina Marie Psychic Medium.
okay, I'll try to get that up there as you're talking.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I am not feeling the greatest of greats today, so
That's okay.
Everybody has that day, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Mm-hmm. All right, Lisa, if you got nothing else for her, thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank
Um,
you.
have a good
You're
night, and
welcome.
tell
You
Holly I said
too.
hello.
I
Peace. All right, that was cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Joining us next, our next guest. It's a he. I feel like this is not that it's a problem, but I feel like it's all women all the time. I feel like this. I feel like women have more of a connection with spirit. Is that a valid thing, Kristina? I feel like more women are mediums also, but
So
I'm
this
sorry.
is a very feminine art. I will
Mm-hmm.
say that. Okay. Um, however, I this is this is more, it's not that women are more susceptible to being connected to spirit.
Mm-hmm.
I just think due to mostly social programming and things like that, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
my kiddo,
No, that
um,
works.
men aren't as curious about these kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
And if they were to open themselves up a little bit more, then we'd find just as many men would be able to connect as women would. But
Maybe.
I think it's more so, I mean, I'm sure there are other people who would disagree, but I mean,
And also the men that I do know who are mediums who are gifted like yourself, they're um more on the effeminate side, which is whatever. But I
yeah,
just always
they
saw that
touch with their
connection
feminine side.
where the female gene, whatever it may be, it seems always more connected with spirit. I don't know.
Well,
Um
then, I mean, like maybe you're referring to what people call the divine feminine energy, which is more so everyone has it, though. That's the
mhm.
thing that I'm trying to explain. Like, it's not inherently people who are women or just strictly feminine, because even the most masculine of men can connect with that divine feminine energy.
Okay.
Okay, because we all have masculine and feminine energy within us, just some is more dominant. You like the yin and the yang idea, right?
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, you will find that a lot of people who actually connect with spirit and practice the craft and things like that are more connected with their feminine side.
Yep.
Again, if due to social programming, most men won't allow themselves to do just that. So if they'd be more open, we would find that it wouldn't necessarily be more so a gender-based thing of geared towards women and feminine people, you
Fair
know?
enough. Fair enough. All right. So next, I have a guy on. He was making hand signals at me. If he can't see me, I might have to send him out and have him come. You still having problems hearing me, Mark? You can't hear me? Hold on. I'm gonna have Mark come on and see if he can speak. Mark, can you hear me?
I can hear you,
you're good.
but I can't hear Kristina. She sounds like she's way off in the distance somewhere. So
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. It might be because I'm using earbuds today. I
no,
don't.
she can't hear me.
I can hear you.
She can hear you, Mark.
I
You
can
can?
hear you,
Okay.
no problem.
Yeah.
I,
Can you
I
hear
can't
me?
hear her at all. I heard her during when the last person was on, but now I can't hear her at all.
Maybe go out and just come back in, Mark, really quick. You sound awesome, by the way, but maybe go out and
Oh.
come back in really quick.
Thanks. Must be my radio voice. Thanks.
Maybe.
So I'll come out and go back.
Yeah, just really quick, Mark. He sounded good. I don't know. I've had issues on StreamYard streaming people and doing it. All right, here he is on this one. Let's remove him from this one and bring him in
Well,
on this one.
Mercury retrograde's right around the
I can hear
corner,
everybody
so-
now.
Perfect, Mark. Mark,
Yay!
Kristina, Mark.
Hi, Kristina.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So you've had tarot readings done before?
I have not.
You have not.
I
Okay.
have
He is
not.
not. No.
No.
All right. So you've already heard, I guess you said you've heard me talk with the other person. Tonight
Yes.
we're just gonna, if you're all right with that, gonna do whatever spirit has to say.
Sure.
Awesome. As a tarot reader, every reader is different. I personally use not just the meaning of the cards, but sometimes certain images or colors or something on the card will strike me and help deliver the message that spirit is trying to send. You
Okay.
don't always have like loved ones that want to come through. Not that they don't want to, but maybe the message that you need to hear right now isn't necessarily going to come from that person, right?
Okay. Yep.
So instead, spirit guides would come through instead of an actual person. If someone will come through, I will make it known. I'm not going to intentionally reach out and channel anybody tonight because I am exhausted. So if
Okay.
they come through, they come through.
Oh boy.
All right. We're going to do a more traditional shuffle, I think. I think this deck likes a more traditional shuffle than my other deck. I find that my decks have different personalities. I know that sounds a little weird, but they do.
So my
Including-
mother-in-law actually did tarot readings, but she never did one for me. So
Oh, Mark.
Oh, really?
That's too
Yep.
bad.
So
Wow.
I can understand that. Reading
Yeah.
for family gets a little awkward, you know, because sometimes the things that come up, it's a little
Yep.
personal. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, one more. Okay. We'll start here. I have an emperor.
Okay.
Oh.
I know. I like this deck. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
This is our emperor.
Okay.
So our emperor is someone who is large and in charge. This person runs the land, okay? And they are very good at it. They do, though, have to be in charge. They don't like giving up control to anybody. It's their way or the highway, okay? And with our Seven of Wands here, and it did come out in the reverse, we're always feeling like we need to be on the defense as a result of this person. Now, I'm not sure if this is past or present emotion, to be completely honest with you, because this emperor often comes through as like a father or a father-like figure in tarot readings, okay, because he is the one that runs the land. It's he's the one that he's the provider. He's the most of the time a nurturer, an understander. This particular emperor was all those things, but very hard and very stern and very straightforward to the point.
Oh, there he is.
You froze on me. Okay. Are you
Okay,
back?
I'm here. Do you hear me?
Mark, we good? Mark. Mark! Mark! Yeah. Mark! He's a Yankees fan, so it's okay, but here he comes again. Hold
Aw.
on. Must be the Yankees.
Time
I
on,
don't know.
but
Yeah,
I had my alarm on and that went on. That's what happened there. So
Oh, no worries, Mark.
Oh, okay.
sorry about that.
That's all right. So yeah, so we have the Emperor here.
No, I can't hear her.
Definitely can't hear
Can't
me.
hear?
Nope.
I'm sorry, Mark. Can we go the out in the back end again? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah. All right.
Buddy versus the internet. The internet 371. Buddy 3. Okay, Mark will join us in just a second. Well, here he comes.
Let's try it again.
How we doing?
Kristina, can you talk, please?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Great. Thank you.
All right, fantastic.
All right.
So yes, we have the Emperor here. You know, he's definitely somebody who made you feel like you had to put some walls up, had to put some boundaries, had to put on the defense. Felt like you were walking around on eggshells at times. But you don't necessarily have to do that anymore, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if you know that.
I'm not sure.
No. We have the Star and the Six of Wands in the reverse as well. So with the Seven of Wands in the reverse as the feeling of walking on eggshells or the feeling of needing to put the defense up, but no longer actually having to do that. The Star is that hopeful look to the future. Okay. It is that wish. It is that faith. Okay. And in some ways, I'm not even sure if this is related. I feel like this might be something separate because this is coming up with the Six of Wands in the reverse. The Six of Wands in the upright is that victory. It's that riding into town after achieving something. Okay. With it being in the reverse is that fear of failure and also listening to too much ego, which could cause you to, I guess, I don't like the word failure because I look at it as just an opportunity, new opportunity to learn something, right? With the Star and the Six of Wands in the reverse, it's almost as though if you just believe in yourself, there's no possible way you couldn't achieve something. I feel like this is a direct message that somebody is trying to provide to you. Again, father or father-like figure, that if you just keep believing in yourself, you can achieve things. And no matter how you may, why can't I get it out? No matter how many times you've been told otherwise, if that makes sense.
Right.
Okay.
Am I supposed to comment here or should I just listen to what you're going to tell me?
Whatever you want to do, this is your reading because I can keep going.
Mark, you can comment as she goes. You can wait till the end and ask questions. You can do both, whatever you feel.
All right. I won't interrupt you. I'll let you keep going.
All right. So I also pulled out the Strength card as well as our Two of Swords. Okay, this is our Strength card with that woman taming the lion with her, compassion and her loving energy. She didn't have to be violent, didn't need to use any weapons or anything like that. She just had to be her true natural self. Okay, her loving, nurturing self. You need to play at your strengths. You have a decision to make with this Two of Swords. Okay. This Two of Swords is about making sure that you hit the right bullseye. I'm seeing the picture in my head. The words were just not coming. But what you have to understand when it comes to this is that you don't need to pick the right bullseye. It's just whatever the right bullseye is for you. Okay. So when it comes to making this decision, what's the most exciting thing to you, right? What's the thing that's going to bring you the most joy and the most comfort or the most happiness, right? Your idea of success, again, because if you just want it bad enough, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I have this Justice in reverse as well as the Six of Cups in the reverse.
All right.
Justice in the reverse. This isn't fair. A lot of negative self-talk as well, right? Little, not even just self-talk, just judgment, right? Like you are your own worst enemy. You know, you are the judge, jury, and executioner of your own self in every decision that you make. So if you make the wrong one, you don't need somebody there to hover over you and tell you you should have done better. You're the first one to do it yourself. And that's from childhood with
Hmm.
this Six of Cups in the reverse. Okay, that inner child stuff coming up to the surface. And especially with Mercury retrograde coming up at the end of the week, I'll explain that in a moment if you're not aware of what that is. This is going to bring a lot of this type of stuff up to the surface. And
Hmm.
it's there for you to feel it so you can heal it. Sounds cliche, but absolutely necessary. Okay.
Okay.
I do feel like this is a lot of childhood wounds that's being mentioned and triggered for a reason. And it is going to help you in regard. And then it is all coming up while you have to make this decision also for a reason. Okay. Oh, okay. And the next two cards I pulled out was the Three of Swords as well as our Hanged Man in reverse, right? I'm going to show you.
Mhm.
Three of Swords.
Hmm.
And our Hanged Man, but he came out upside down. Okay. Three of Swords is exactly what that looks like. That's sadness, that's heartbreak, that's melancholy, that's depression, that's pain, that's being getting hurt, right? You got hurt by someone or maybe even your own self. But anytime you feel that pain, it drives you to take action because it makes it so you don't have to feel that pain anymore.
Yeah.
It's a mechanism to kind of push it down, push it away. The universe, your spirit team, this father figure energy is urging you to actually feel it this time and still take action, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay. Six of Swords in the reverse is our bottom of the deck. Okay. Going backwards, okay, understand that healing is not linear. Life in general is not necessarily linear as though we view it on a timeline. Okay, it's very chaotic. It's circular. It's like a spiral, okay? And we're always cycling back around to something. There's always some type of repeating something in our lives going on somewhere that we always seem to be like, wow, I keep coming and finding myself back right here. Everybody's got something like that within their life, that repeating pattern. And it's because you have something to learn from that. I highly encourage you to go and get your birth chart read. If you haven't had that done by an astrologer, I feel like that would shed some light on this topic in particular, this
Hmm.
repeating cycle. What's the
Secular.
thank
Secular.
you.
Secular.
Secular.
Cyclical.
Cyclical.
He knew the word, but it wasn't coming out for me. Okay, I do feel like that would really shed some light on this a little bit more here. But yes, it's about some tips and tricks. Here's some homework on how to feel it and not really allow it to greatly impact your day to day. Okay, set some time aside to grieve. I know
Hmm.
that sounds like weird, but
No.
No.
set the time aside and then sit in your feelings however you feel safe doing so. And I chose that word for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has their own ways. You can listen to music, you can meditate, maybe you're an artist, you want to paint, you want to draw, whatever makes you feel safest. And
Mhm.
also, I want you to do something that's going to simultaneously make that inner child happy. So maybe eat your favorite ice cream,
Hmm.
or you know what I mean, or
Watch the
something.
Watch the stupid Yankees win another game. I'm sorry.
They're winning right now, pal. Just saying. So Or how about drink a beer with my friends at a brewery? So
Yeah, buddy.
There you go. I mean, it's the camaraderie and the hanging out with the friends. But I mean, really do something that appeases to the littlest version of you that really wants to be heard and seen.
Yep.
What did he like to do that maybe he didn't get to do all the time? Allow yourself to do that activity.
Mhm.
It's gonna bring forth emotions. After you have a good cry, journaling is a good option, or my favorite is cleansing with water, taking a nice shower or a bath. Okay. That always helps wash away all of that leftover residual that you're going to feel afterwards.
Mhm.
Plus, water is just healing in and of itself. It's a healing element, which is why you'll find a lot of water signs tend to be healers. Pisces with a Cancer rising. But yeah, do you have any questions for me so far?
No questions. I think some of the topics that you've touched on, I can comment on at the end here. So
Okay. Let me see.
Well, you mentioned something about the whole retrograde. Did you say?
yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. So
I know Mark doesn't know that.
I'm not an astrologer, but I am very much interested in astrology and I follow it and I do use it in my readings because I mean it makes sense. It really it makes sense. Mercury retrograde is when Mercury appears floating backwards in the sky. It's making its way around the sun. So when it goes around, it starts to look like it's going in the opposite direction. In the sky, so we call it retrograde. And when it shifts movements, it does shift the way the energy of the planet hits the earth and it affects us in different ways, such as our communication, is our biggest thing. So you'll find things like audio issues,
Ah.
computer issues,
Yeah.
car issues, travel issues will tend to arise a lot more than usual around this time. Also, miscommunications, talking back and forth with people. I highly recommend actually avoiding text message since you can't really, get a full on read of what the person's trying to say when you're only giving away a text with, maybe
Right.
an emoji or not.
Yep.
Full communication is body language, facial expressions, tone of voice. That sends the whole message, right?
Yep.
I'm a very blunt, straightforward person in writing, and people take offense very easily because I don't know how to put all of this
Yep.
in a text message. You know what I'm saying? So in Mercury retrograde, you'll find a lot of that kind of stuff happening, people misunderstanding. You'll also find a lot of unresolved stuff being brought to the surface so you can reflect on it,
Mhm.
right? Which is why a lot of people don't like Mercury retrograde because people don't like reflecting on uncomfortable things.
Right.
They push this stuff down and aside for a reason. But spirit does what they do. And yeah, so it's all been, that's why a lot of people find like you'll get random calls and messages from like ex-boyfriends or ex-best friends and people who you once knew just randomly pop up out of nowhere, just trying to bring things back up again. I like to call Mercury a plunger when she's in retrograde because she likes to bring up bullshit. You know what I mean? So Mercury retrograde happening, bringing all this childhood stuff up to the surface. We're in the pre-shadow period, meaning she's about to swing around, I think, at the end of this week. And she's going to 2 weeks period. And then we're in the clear. I personally don't have a problem with Mercury retrograde because I'm a weirdo like that. I like this kind of stuff. I like seeing all this kind of I like a problem solver, I like a good puzzle and I find Mercury retrograde brings forth just that kind of stuff. So I like it. Other
So
people
we're in that right now. Are we in that right now?
That's we're in the pre-shadow period. It's going to be full effect by the end of this week.
All right,
So
'cause
we're starting to feel it.
My washing machine died today, so just letting you know that. So.
Oh no. Oh boy.
Yeah.
See, my therapist had the same kind of problems every Mercury retrograde. We would never be able to connect because she would always have computer issues, and she would always be telling me about her stove or her car or
Yeah.
something else breaking down and when this happens like 3 or 4 times a year, by the way.
Oh yeah. Well,
Jesus.
life gets expensive, right? So
Yeah, it
sure.
does.
Sure.
Oh,
Mark, do you have any? You said you had some things you could comment on from
well,
the
yeah.
readings. You want to talk about
So
that?
you hit on a number of different topics that kind of, put a flag up. So of
Oh.
course the grieving, of course, I've been can I say what's going on with me,
You
or
can say
yeah.
anything you want to, Mark.
yeah.
Sure, anything you
So
want.
so I lost my wife almost 6.5 years ago. So the
Mm,
grieving part it's been awful. I mean, so I don't know if it's ever going to end. I don't think it is ever going to end. I have some real bad days. I I have some good days, but again, then you talked about the
yeah.
uncertainty. I have uncertainty moving forward because it's just me now. So I mean, I have
Mm-hmm.
stepkids and grandkids, but I live alone, and I'm not young anymore. So I mean, I don't know what's around the corner. I'm retired now, so will I have enough money to live? Will I? How much longer will I live? We don't know any of that stuff, right? None of us do. But as I get
Mm-hmm.
older and I'm alone now, I don't have my wife with me anymore. So that was we were like each other's security net.
Yep.
Then you talked about things that repeat. The repeating, well, the repeating is the sadness. It goes away and it keeps coming back.
Mhm.
So then
Yes.
one other thing you didn't mention was signs. I see signs that I still think she's around. So her birthday numbers come up all the time on telephone numbers, license plates, song titles, or whatever. I look up at the clock and that's what time it is. It happens all the time.
Feathers.
It happens all the time.
It's a
So
thing, dude.
I don't always tell people because I want them to think this guy's nuts. You know what I mean? So,
No, you're
but
not
then when I
nuts.
mention it, other people say, "Oh yeah, yeah, me too." So then I don't feel so bad anymore. You know what I mean? So anyway,
No, you're not nuts. You're seeing exactly what you're supposed to be seeing, and you're understanding exactly what it is. You're listening to your heart and to your intuition because it doesn't lie.
hmm
Okay? So you keep moving in that direction. You know what I mean? And as far as never mind. It came and it went so fast.
Let me say.
No, the signs,
Go
the
ahead.
feathers. You see feathers. A lot
do
of
I see?
feathers.
I don't see
Yeah.
fingers now.
You don't see feathers? Because as you were talking about signs, all I kept hearing in my head is the feathers, the feathers, the feathers.
Oh,
So I'm bringing it up because I don't know if it's significant or not, but maybe it is. Maybe it will
well,
be.
well, she was a fan of dream catchers. I know that. So those have feathers,
So,
right? So
okay, there we go. Yes, that makes so much sense then, because those have a lots of feathers on them. And
Mhm.
yeah.
she was showing me one of those, but just specifically mentioning the feathers on it, though. So
hmm
that's why I mentioned feathers. But yeah, no, that's really cool. Yeah.
And I've said it probably to you before, Mark. I've said it a million times on the show as a grieving widow myself.
Mm,
Nothing is more relieving than getting these little signs and hearing these little messages than having those dreams. Nothing
Yeah.
makes me feel better as with my own grief to know that she's on some level she's still there. So
Right.
that's
Right.
an
So you
awesome.
don't feel totally alone. With me, if I never saw another sign, I would think that I'm totally alone. I mean, even though I have a family and great friends, I would still feel like she's gone.
Yeah,
I mean, she is gone, but I still think she's kind of still here in some form, right? So,
yeah.
oh,
it-
she
it-
is.
yeah,
I like to think she's waiting for you, like mine's waiting for me, dude. I like to think that
yep,
they'll always be there as long as you're here.
absolutely. So, well, so thank you for touching on those. I was making notes while you were talking, so I didn't forget what I was going to, talk about. So,
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, No, the signs are definitely something that you got to keep you don't really have to keep your eye out open for because you should make sure you seize that. Why am
oh
I
yeah,
talking like this? The words are not coming out right at all for me
it's
right
all right.
now.
Mm.
Is there also something to do with, you know what? I don't know if this is for you or for Buddy, but there's something to do with the coffee mug and the coffee pot.
Oh well, my wife was a huge coffee drinker, so
I mean,
Okay.
She
All
drank more
right, so
coffee than
then,
I do, so I love coffee. But yeah,
okay, so then that's just another sign that she is here, and she is also one that's communicating with you with this reading. Okay,
yep.
so the
Okay,
signs of
cool.
the feathers and the coffee pot. So there you
Hmm.
She
go.
enjoyed telling people that we were coffee snobs. So
Yes,
because
well,
when I
she was
when I met
showing me
her,
the coffee pot and the coffee
good.
mug and all nestled up, all nice next
Cool.
to it, with the spoon.
Because
That's
when I met her
awesome.
35 years ago, she drank Maxwell House, and then at a certain point, she was like, "Oh no, not doing that anymore." So I said, "Oh." She says, "I'm a coffee snob now." So
That's funny.
That's awesome
That's
too.
so funny.
Great story. All right. Well, Mark, do you have any other questions for Kristina before we?
no, I'm good. I enjoyed this. Hit a lot of talking points. So I enjoyed
Yeah.
that. So
Right.
I'm
Look at
hit
so
that.
some
glad.
buttons.
I've been
Yep.
asking you to do this for years,
Yeah.
and you finally did it, and you finally see what it's all about. Like,
Yep.
Buddy was right.
Buddy was right.
All right, Mark.
And catch me on a good day, not one when I'm already burnt out.
All right. Well, I'll hope to
And
see you
I'll
again
get you
when
a
you
real
come on
good
again.
reading.
Thank you, Kristina.
Oh,
For
you're
sure.
very welcome.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Mark.
buddy.
See you around.
See you soon.
Yeah,
Thank you.
later. So
That
the
was
first
fun.
time that was awesome. The first time I had you on, I invited Mark.
Yeah.
So Mark's like, I don't know if I can. I don't know. He's I got a friend. He's really into this stuff, and it was this guy Dave Kane, and you did a reading for Dave, and you hit the
Yeah.
nail on the head with his son. His son was one of the youngest. It was the youngest victim of
At the
station
station
nightclub.
fire.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
signs that he's given him. He's written books. He does. He's a public speaker, and you had no idea, but you hit on like all the everything, and like I didn't know half this shit when I had him on the show. It blew my mind to find out that like you were that close. It's like, oh my god, really? You wrote a book? You're doing what? You're doing a musical? Jesus. So yeah, it's tremendous as always, Kristina. But I mean, it's good to finally get Mark on the show. I met Mark like probably like 4 years ago. On a craft beer site, we both connected over the fact that we were both widowers, and we connected. We met and we connected immediately. He's probably 30 years my elder, probably maybe not that old, but he's a stupid Yankees fan. I'm a Sox fan, so naturally we would not like each other. But we've come together through our own things in common, through spirit, if you will, through beer, and
Yep.
we've raised money together. Mark's he's a great guy, and he's been struggling a lot lately. I'm like, dude, like this is your chance. You've been having all this trouble. Like, you got to come on. You got to see Kristina. So he agreed to do it. So I'm glad he did, because it seemed like it was very helpful for him.
I'm glad. I wish I was in better condition to be able to provide a better quality of reading, but I'm sorry. I'm so burnt out between
It is-
Pride all Saturday.
All weekend
My-
you were busy. I get it.
I had Father's Day cookout all Sunday, and then I
Yeah.
worked all week so far this week. I haven't even had a chance to get a good night's sleep.
Sleep is number one. Really important, they say.
Yeah.
You don't get sleep, you don't get nothing else. Everything else, you
Ain't
could be
that
doing
the
everything
truth?
right, but if you're not sleeping right, forget about it. That's what my doctor tells me. So I guess that's the thing. So before we wrap up, I just want to let folks know that next week you can join us here on The Ghost and the Goat as we welcome back Angelica Penta. Angelica is the one that you were on for that time. You had that great reading with that great medium. She's coming back next week. So
Oh yeah, she was
just in
awesome.
case. If you're interested, tune in for Angelica. She hit upon two spirits to me last time she was on, and I went, of course, towards Heather because I generally gravitate. But the other one she talked about, I want to talk more about that because I realized who it was. Like, holy shit, that's awesome. So tune in for that, and all more good stuff here on the Ghost and the Goat. And as always, Three Dudes Bruce, the beer show that I do. Tune in because we're releasing a new episode very soon from Uncommon Pear, who we're also doing a beer with coming out on the 4th of July called 250. It's a strawberry, it's a white cranberry, it's a blueberry ale. You heard it first here, folks. I'm not supposed to even talk about it yet, but it's coming out July 4th. They're open 9 to 12 p.m. Check them out. They're on Putnam Pike in Smithfield, right under the D'Angelo's, right next to the Smithfield Commons. You can't miss them. Uncommon Pear. They're right in the corner. They're a little brewery. Great group of people. Check it out. For all that and more, catch us on Facebook. Check out Kristina. Thank you again for being on the show. It's been lovely having you on. check out Kristina's link. That Linktree / Kristina Marie Psychic Medium. You can book what? You could do Reiki. You could do tarot readings. You could do face-to-face. You could do phone stuff. What? All that stuff?
Yes, I do face to face. I come to you. I do not have a storefront, so any face to face readings would have to be booked a week in advance. Any online session, 24 hours in advance.
Bam.
Everything is right there on my square.
Mm-hmm.
Readings, I offer different kinds of tarot readings. More specifically, though, the general one is what everybody usually ends up getting because they just want to see what spirit has to say. That seems to be what a lot of people like to do,
Mm-hmm.
especially when I do it at the pop-up events and stuff like that. I don't have any pop-up events lined up as of right now. My tent broke at Pride, so I have to buy myself a new one.
Oh, bummer.
And then I will be getting some new from there,
Yeah,
going from
get
there,
back out
popping
there.
up to
Yeah,
some
for
places.
sure. For sure.
Oh yeah, lots of
All right.
fun.
All right,
Tiring, but
Kristina.
lots of fun.
It's always great seeing you. The mobile medium guy, she'll come out to you. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome idea. It's been a lovely Tuesday night, even though it was a shitty Tuesday day. Tune in next week for more great paranormal stuff. This has been Buddy Day at the Ghost and the Goat. Have a good night, folks. Go Red Sox. But probably not.